Hi there, I'm Gina. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to be recording outside after being stuck inside for the cold, dreary months of winter. So today I wanted to give you a really quick warm-up that you can do at the barn before you get on your horse. I'm going to be using my lovely railing on my deck today, but you can do this on at a fence, mounting block, anything like that. So we're going to turn and face whatever we are using, fence or mounting block. Come to mountain pose, feet hip distance apart. Find that nice length in your spine. Think of the sternum lifting, think of the collarbones widening. Then bring the hands right to the front of the thighs. Slide up till you feel that hinge of the hip where the thigh meets the pelvis. Bend the knees a little bit. Hinge forward with a nice flat back. Reach your fingertips to whatever you are using for your support here. So we're going to come into basically, this is a half standing forward bend. So we want the back nice and flat. If your legs are straight, your hamstrings are tight, and you're more like this with the back rounded, I want you to bend the knees so you can have a nice straight spine. So if you think of where you are in the saddle, we want to have that nice spinal alignment here. So it's a great length for the spine. And a little stretch, again, with the knees bent, still a little stretch for the hamstrings if your hamstrings are tight. So a couple breaths here, inhaling and exhaling in and out of the nose. Full deep inhale and nice slow exhale. And then very gently lift your gaze slightly towards whatever you are using. Take your right foot, step it a little forward, and your left foot and step it a little bit back and turn the toes a little to the outside. So if you look down at your feet, the upper body is going to stay in that same position. So we have this half standing forward bend, but now with the legs in Parsva Tanasana or intense leg stretch, nice hamstring stretch. Here we want to make sure we don't lock the front knee, so we're not hyperextending that front leg, little tiny micro bend in the knee. Really press into all four corners of the feet. And again, if the hamstrings are really tight, you can take a little bit more of a bend in that front knee. Inhale and exhale. Again, nice alignment in the spine, nice stretch in the backs of the legs. And then very gently begin to bend that front knee over that front ankle. Bring your hands to your hips. Come onto the toes of the back foot, coming into a modified high lunge. If you have a good balance, you can step that back foot back a little bit more and think of drawing right hip a little back, left hip a little forward as you straighten and press back through that left heel. Your option here. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently float the arms up and overhead. Again, if you'd like, you can also keep your hands. You can step forward enough to bring your hands to your fence or whatever support you're using. Inhale and exhale. If you're inside, you can do this with your hands resting on a nice sturdy piece of furniture, like a entertainment center or your kitchen counter. Another breath, inhale and exhale. And then bring the hands again back to the hips. We're going to step the left leg up beside the right leg. You're going to bring your hands back to whatever you were using for your support. And this time, step the legs back a little longer, coming into a modified downward facing dog. So now we have the heels a little past the hips, getting a nice length again in the backs of the legs. Bend the knees, keeping the knees a little bit soft if you need to. Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to bring those feet back directly underneath the hips. Come back to that half standing forward bend to do our same little sequence on the second side. Inhale and exhale here. Now stepping that left foot a little forward and that right foot a little back. So the feet are still hip distance apart, lengthening through the crown of the head. Again, soft little bend in that front knee. Make sure you're not hyperextending the knee. Really press into all four corners of the feet. Find your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And then bend that front knee. Coming onto the toes of the back foot. Bring the hands again to the hips. Again, find that variation of our half standing forward bend. Again, if you have your balance, step that foot back a little bit further, or if you need help with your balance, bring your hands again, bring yourself closer to your fence or piece of furniture or whatever you're using. Make sure your front heel stays underneath the knee or knee over ankle, however you want to look at that. Arms again can float overhead. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale and exhale. Good, another breath. Again, nice opening here for the hips. Inhale and exhale, bring the hands again down to the hips. Step that right leg up beside the left. And one more time, we're gonna take that nice stretch. Hands to your fence or mounting block or piece of furniture. Again, come to that half standing forward bend, maybe step a little bit further back, coming into more of that variation of downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. And then very gently bend the knees, walk the feet a little back underneath you, soften the knees, hands to the hinge of the hip, press into the feet, come all the way up to standing, come back to your mountain pose. Take a breath, inhale and exhale. Maybe close the eyes to, again, just notice how the body's feeling. Inhale and exhale. Very gently let the eyes open. So I hope that helps you, a little warm up before you ride. Again, great length for the spine, little opening and stretch for the hamstrings and the hips. Really simple and quick to do, and something, again, you can do anywhere. So have a great day. I hope to see you soon in the saddle or on the mat. Thanks, bye-bye.